Idioms for our everyday use.
1. Get in, get on.
To enter, or to board a vehicle. To get in, is used for cars. To get on, is used for all other forms of transportation.
1. It is easiest to get in the car from the driver's side. The door on the other side doesn't work well. 2. I always get on the bus to work at 34th Street.
2. Get out of, get off.
To leave, or to descend from a vehicle. To get out of, is used for cars. To get off, is used for all other forms of transportation.
1. Why don't we stop and get out of the car for a while? 2. Helen got off the train at the 42nd Street terminal.
3. Put on.
To place on oneself, usually set of clothes.
1. Mary put on her coat and left the room. 2. Put your hat on before you leave the house.
4. Take off.
To remove, usually set of clothes.
1. John took off his jacket as he entered the office. 2. Take your sweater off. The room is very warm.
5. Call up.
To telephone, also, to give someone a call. To call, can be used instead of to call up, as in the first example below.
1. I forgot to call up Mr. Jones yesterday. I'd better call him now. 2. Call me up tomorrow, Jane. We'll arrange a time to have lunch together. 3. I promise to give you a call as soon as I arrive in New York.
6. Turn on.
To start, or cause to function, also, to switch on.
1. Please turn on the light. It's too dark in here. 2. Do you know who turned the air conditioning on?
7. Turn off.
To cause to stop functioning, also, to switch off, to shut off. Turn on, and turn off, as well as their related forms, are used for things that flow, such as electricity, water, gas, etc.
1. Please turn off the light when you leave the room. 2. Are you really listening to the radio, or should I turn it off?
8. Right away.
Very soon. Immediately also, at once.
1. Dad says that dinner will be ready right away, so we'd better wash our hands and set the table. 2. Tell Will to come to my office right away. I must see him immediately. 3. Stop playing that loud music at once.
9. Pick up.
To lift from the floor, table, etc., with one's fingers.
1. Harry picked up the newspaper that was on the front doorstep. 2. Could you pick your toy up before someone falls over it?
10. Sooner or later.
Eventually, after a period of time.
1. If you study English seriously, sooner or later you'll become fluent. 2. I'm too tired to do my homework now. I'm sure I'll do it sooner or later.
11. Get up.
Rise, to rise from a bed. To make someone arise. For the last definition, a noun phrase must separate the verb and particle.
1. Carla gets up at 7 o'clock every morning. 2. At what time should we get the children up tomorrow?
12. At first.
In the beginning, originally.
1. At first, English was difficult for him, but later he made great progress. 2. I thought at first that it was Sheila calling, but then I realized that it was Betty. 1. Dress up.
To dress up, to wear formal clothes, to dress very nicely.
1. We should definitely dress up to go to the theater. 2. You don't have to dress up for Mike's party.
2. At last.
At last, finally, after a long time.
1. We waited for hours and then the train arrived at last. 2. Now that I am 16, at last I can drive my parents' car.
3. As usual.
As usual, as is the general case, as is typical.
1. George is late for class as usual. This seems to happen every day. 2. As usual, Dora received first prize in the swimming contest. It's the 3rd consecutive year that she has won.
4. Find out.
To find out, get information about. To determine this idiom is separable only when a pronoun is used, as in the second example.
1. Will you please try to find out what time the airplane arrives? 2. I'll call right now to find it out.
5. Look at.
To look at, give one's attention to. To watch.
1. The teacher told us to look at the blackboard and not at our books. 2. I like to walk along a country road at night and look at the stars.
6. Look for.
To try to find, to search for an adverb phrase such as all over can be put between the verb and preposition, as in the second example. However, the idiom cannot be separated by a noun or pronoun.
1. He spent over an hour looking for the pen that he lost. 2. So there you are. We've looked all over for you.
7. All right.
All right, acceptable, fine. Yes, okay. This idiom can also be spelled all right in informal usage.
1. He said that it would be all right to wait in her office until she returned. 2. Do you want me to turn off the TV? All right, if you insist.
8. All along.
All along, all the time, from the beginning without change.
1. She knew all along that we'd never agree with his plan. 2. You're smiling. Did you know all along that I'd give you a birthday present?
9. Little by little.
Little by little, gradually, slowly also, step by step.
1. Karen's health seems to be improving little by little. 2. If you study regularly each day, step by step, your vocabulary will increase.
10. Tire out.
To tire out, to make very weary due to difficult conditions or hard effort, also, to wear out.
1. The hot weather tired out the runners and the marathon. 2. Does studying for final exams wear you out? It makes me feel worn out.
11. Call on.
To call on, to ask for a response from. To visit also, to drop in on.
1. Jose didn't know the answer when the teacher called on him. 2. Last night, several friends called on us at our home. 3. Why don't we drop in on Sally a little later?
12. Never mind.
Never mind, don't be concerned about it. Ignore what was just said.
1. When he spilled his drink on my coat, I said, never mind, it needs to be cleaned anyway. 2. So you weren't listening to me again? Never mind, it wasn't important.
Remember, every step forward, no matter how small, is a step closer to your dreams.